Hey guys, Tyler, I'm back outside here because it just bad feeling in the house. That rumbling noise you hear behind you is the air conditioner. I'll stay out here for a little bit. I don't know why, but I feel like being out here, it's done right. I feel comfortable out here.
Ring is one we have seen twice now, and yet it's the ring we know perhaps the least about because of how quick those glimpses are, with the obvious exception of the Envy Ring, which we have not visited yet. Today, I want to talk about the little things we do know so we can theorize about what exactly is going on in the Sloth Ring and its weird drug cartels. But real quick, we wanted to give back to the fandom in an epic way, so we've teamed up with Crewbot on Discord to give away $500 in Amazon and Shark Robot gift cards, as well as the opportunity for 5 people to choose an autographed print of one of their favorite cartoon voice actors. Make sure you watch until the end of the video to learn how you can win these prizes and more. There are 7 rings of hell in Helluva Boss, each with its own unique colored sky and its prince ruling over it. The Sloth Ring is the lowest ring of hell with a pink sky, which we saw both in episode 4 and 5 of season 2. Seeing a ring of hell is a fun treat, and going back to one so soon to get more information was definitely out of the norm for the show. Our first glimpse of the Sloth Ring was in episode 4 of season 2, which involved Luna needing her Hellbee shot and a trip to the Sloth Ring being the only option. By the end of the episode, Stolas nearly gets murdered with an angelic weapon, and he is rushed to a hospital there as well. Season 2, Episode 5 had Blitz returning to the Sloth Ring, where it was revealed that, in addition to hospitals, it was also the home to pharmacies that dealt with all sorts of drugs, even recreational, as well as rehabs for those addictive substances. We've known for a while now that the Sloth Ring was going to have ties to the pharmaceutical drug business because of the happy pills that Stolas was seen taking in Season 2, Episode 1, with the bottle having the name Belphegor branded on it. Belphegor is the prince of the Sloth Ring, according to the Peter Binsfield classification of demons that the show draws inspiration from, and Belphegor is referenced directly by Beelzebub in Episode 8 of Season 1. In this episode, Beelzebub talks about a few of the princes, such as Satan, describing how attractive she found him despite seeing him like a brother. She also mentions that she wants some of the amazing drugs that Bel keeps locked up, Bel being short for Belphegor, with Beelzebub indicating that Belphegor is female like herself in the Helliverse. Belphegor is known in real-life myth for rebelling out of heaven because he didn't want to do the work required for an angel and would rather be lazy in hell. Each prince in the show is known for indulging their sin to an extreme and using that to build up an empire in their reign. Asmodeus, as the Prince of Lust, basically turned his entire reign into a wall-to-wall nightclub district, for instance. Belphegor, like Beelzebub, is probably very addicted to a mind-altering substance, but instead of Beelzebub's hallucinogenic honey, it's the happy pills that Belphegor floods the market with, as well as the sleeping pills she appears to sell even on cell phone apps. These happy pills and other drugs don't just make Belphegor the money that allows the Sloth Ring to be rather luxurious, but it also keeps the population as a whole controlled and docile, with a near limitless expansion as long as populations grow, and you continue to make your prescriptions more and more mainstream. What is really interesting, however, is that they also appear to sell recreational drugs from Earth. We saw in the Hazbin Hotel pilot that these are readily available in vending machines, but it seems that at least some of these drugs come from our own planet, instead of being made in Hell with similar resources. This is just one of the many ways that Hell seems to farm the Earth, not just spreading sin for more sinners. Barbie Wire calls her heroin smuggling honest work, but I'm not sure it's legal work. Barbie Wire appears to be using an Asmodean crystal to travel to Earth and disguise herself, which is something Asmodeus gives to a succubus for missions up to Earth. If these crystals were used widely outside of the succubus community, I don't think the entry in the Asmodean grimoire would have been so specific to the succubus. Blitz seems like he's really able to easily steal and get access to an Asmodean crystal from a random succubus on the street. And if they were even more common than this, being used illegally by species from all different rings, I don't imagine he'd have had such a hard time getting access to the human world or needed Stolas' grimoire. Instead, I think the Asmodean crystal Barbie has is a black market item for a not-so-legitimate mission up to Earth for more heroin. While Barbie Wire seems to be working in relation to a pharmacy, getting excess drugs from Earth may be an easy way to gain more profits in the Sloth Ring, yet again contributing to its extravagant atmosphere. They are, after all, known as the Ring of Sloth, and it would make sense that instead of producing their own drugs, they are getting the Earth to do it.
When was the last time you did a proper cleanse of your intestines? Maybe you do them often, maybe you've never done one. But when most people hear the word cleanse, they envision
To do it for them and are just smuggling it over, whether legally or illegally, within Hell. Now, the show is supposed to take place in Hell, so initially it was presented largely as being slums with poor conditions and people so addicted to vices that they can't afford anything nicer, such as we see in the Hazbin Hotel pilot. Since then, Hell has become expanded upon to have different levels of society, and even at its lowest, we begin to see a level of luxury appear, such as in the beautiful golden elevator system. This is for the lowly masses to travel from one ring to another at their leisure, with it being necessary to get to facilities like those in the Sloth Ring for medical purposes. This is not for the elites of Hell like Stolas, who can simply teleport, or the Earthborn sinners who are trapped in the Pride Ring. The Wrath Ring was shown as largely poor as well, but the Greed Ring was divided between wealthier communities and those being exploited and destroyed for profit. What we see of the Gluttony Ring is largely extravagant in Episode 8, but this is where the Queen Bee is having her parties, so of course they are going to be partying. We've also seen the inside of the Adoption Foundation pound where Blitz adopted Luna, and it wasn't nearly as pretty, so there's probably a big wealth divide in Gluttony as well. In Sloth, the medical industry has become so powerful that everything we've seen of it is beautiful and well maintained. They refuse to load their system with anything more than absolutely necessary, making it hard to get appointments and extracting so much wealth through their system that everything always looks beautiful even if you're treated in an ugly way. The Sloth Ring appears to be where the Sloth pharmaceuticals are actually the...
Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, guys, we're going back in the house. It's warm. Okay, I've been out here long enough. I'm gonna go back in the house.